Okay, welcome to today's Yin practice. Take a moment to arrive. You can start in a chair if you like. We're going to do a inner smile meditation, which is a Chinese medicine tradition to just bring your attention to the function of the various organs in your body and just cultivate a feeling of joy and gratitude to those organs. Might sound a bit silly, but there's something about it. And the more I do it, the more I kind of yearn to do it again. So we'll start today if you've never done an inner smile meditation and just see how you go, just bringing your awareness and good feeling into the body. You start with this idea of smile. Smile is to do with warmth and connection, I think. And then that feeling of love, feeling of heart connection and respect and compassion and joy, all those things that we connect with the idea of love. Ignore the dog here. All right, let's start. So comfortable seated position. And we want our spine to be long. So if you're on a chair, bring your sit bones to the edge of the chair, feet flat to the floor. You might be sitting like me in the Japanese Seiza style, or you might be cross-legged. Ideally, if you're on the floor, we want hips a little higher than knees, just so our spine can be straight and our pelvis bone tilt is serving us. We want shoulders stacked over the hips. You might like to just allow yourself to land into the practice, maybe through a deep sigh. And just bringing your attention to the feeling in the body. You might like to just isolate an individual sense. It might just be the feeling on your skin or sound close by, the taste in your mouth. When you're ready, bring your attention to the tongue and just notice where your tongue naturally sits in the mouth without any manipulation. And then we're going to see if we can bring the tip of the tongue to the upper roof of the mouth. And from here, you might like to take the tip of the tongue higher and higher, just finding points. Should feel kind of tingly. These are points on our governor vessel. You might like to raise your eyebrows or soften around the eyes, maybe lift the cheeks. You're ready. Maybe bring one hand. Let's bring our right hand up to top of our sternum, the middle of the chest. And we're just going to feel around here, either side of the sternum, around the second rib. Notice the space in between the ribs, the connective tissue of the body. This is around the area of our thymus gland that creates T cells that help isolate the cells that might not serve us in our body. Just get a sense for how you feel in this part of the body. From here, we're going to bring both hands, stack them, palms, over the heart center, a little bit to the left of the sternum. bring your attention underneath the palms. Just allow the breath to come and go without any effort. You might like to invite back your smile, maybe the tip of the tongue on the roof of the mouth again. And a feeling of gratitude for the function of our heart, pumping 7,000 liters of blood through the body every day. Every cell in our body is hungry for oxygen, hungry to repair and restore. And it's this beating of the heart that sends that oxygen through the body. Ready. Let's take our fingers up to the point where our collarbone and shoulder joint are about to meet. And the inner part of your wrist should stack over the heart center. And you might start to notice the feeling of your lungs underneath the palm, maybe. Invite back the smile. Now we're in our metal element. Senses are smell and also associated with the skin. So just notice the feeling of air on the skin. Invite back the smile and however you like by just softening muscles in the face. Maybe lifting the corners of the mouth or the cheeks. And we give thanks to our lungs, inviting that oxygen from the outer world to our inner world. We tend to spend so much time on our outer appearance, on our hair and nails and all kinds of things, appearance, clothes. But how long do we spend on our inner appearance? The choice of how we breathe. Just bring your attention right to the nostrils. Maybe today we spend just as much time on our inner body as our outer body, maybe. We tend to only notice our body when things go wrong. Today we thank our body for exactly what it's doing with all its imperfections. From here, we're going to take our hands down to our liver, right hand side of the body, just under the rib cage. Stack your palms. Bring your attention there. Liver is about the size of your fist, heaviest organ inside the body, about 1.5 kilos. Has so many functions of sorting and absorbing nutrients into the body. Invite the smile back. Just give thanks to the liver, the general of the body, always working for us, giving us direction. Here we'll take both our hands to the back of the body, our kidneys and our adrenal glands. You might like to start just by warming. And then we'll bring our attention under the hands, invite back the smile. Kidneys are always sorting through the fluids in our body, controlling the water levels of our body. Remembering we're about 70% water. And of course, our bladder, the associated organ with the kidneys, releases all the toxins and pathogens of the fluids in our body. We give thanks to our kidneys. Let's bring our hands back to the front of the body. Over on the left side, underneath the ribs, is our stomach and spleen and pancreas. You might like to just cradle them with your palms. Invite back the smile, this warmth, feeling, love, compassion. Wherever we take our attention, our energy tends to follow. You might like to thank your stomach for all the nourishing food it has taken in. Your spleen for absorption of nutrients, filtering impurities. Your pancreas for controlling blood sugar levels in each cell. You're ready, we're going to just bring our hands down. And our yin practice today, we'll be just working on very grounded forms. If you have a bolster, you can use it. If you don't have a bolster, that's okay too. We can use the ground, the best yoga prop of all. We're going to start with the form where we just bring the bolster right up to our tailbone. Now, you might not be able to sit like this. You might have one foot out long. That's okay too. And just come back and bring the bolster right up to the lumbar spine. You can stay on your elbows if you like. You might come down all the way. So whichever shape you're in, just let your spine be heavy. We're aiming here for a strong sensation down the front of the legs. Should feel that sensation there. Bringing your attention to the abdominal breath deep in the belly. And if you have one leg extended, I'll let you know in about a minute just to switch over to the other side. Honor your body as it is. No need to replicate the same shape as me. And you release to the support of the ground or the bolster, everything heavy. You've just used one leg, you might like to switch to the other leg. Take your time. Just settle, just start to follow the rhythm of the next breath. When you're ready, bring your elbows in close to the body, keeping the head heavy. Press into the elbows to come up. And then the hands, take as much time as you need. We're going to just come straight into a child's pose, just dropping the arms down by the side of the body. And rest the head on the bolster if you like, or the ground. Once you're in this shape, see if you can expand the belly towards the heels and the thighs. And looking for this feeling of the breath coming from within the body and radiating outwards. Take two more breaths. Ready, hands under the shoulders and slowly pressing back up. And you might like to wag the tail. And when you're ready, we're going to come into a swan shape. You might know it as pigeon if you are a yoga student. Just bring your knee up towards the wrist and then just let your pelvic bone get heavy and opposite leg long. And we're going to come down onto our elbows. You might even like to use your bolster and just let your head rest on it. We're looking for a deep sensation in our hip joint, a little bit in our thigh, in our adductors. And you sigh out and sink a little deeper. Breathe into that strong sensation in the hip. Bring our hands under the shoulders again, just slowly coming back up. We're going to come onto our sit bone and see if you can swing the back leg all the way forward. And we're going to bring it over the top of our other leg. Might look a little awkward, but see if you can stack your knees, this kind of shoelace shape, one foot outside, the other foot outside. You might like to give your foot a little rub. And everyone will look a little different in this shape. Once you feel like you can feel the sensation on both hips, just let your arms rest on the body, let your head be heavy. This is a strong sensation. Allow it to be there. Our yin practice is a restorative practice, but we also allow this feeling of discomfort. Maybe honoring that idea that we need a little more resilience, a little more strength. We need to be able to allow the feeling of discomfort, not pain, not short and sharp, just this feeling of deep strengthening of joints and encouraging the flow of the electrical energy in our body, the electricity that runs through our fascia, our connective tissue. Whenever our muscles are engaged, might not flow so well, but when we hold these static shapes, this is when we can really start to find that internal flow through the fascia. Muscles are relaxed, so bones and joints are strengthened. be here for maybe one more minute. Let your head sink. Let your upper body be heavy. Might like to just slowly lift the head up. Take the hands behind. We're going to just windscreen wiper out our legs. So knees to one side and then all the way to the other. Take your time. Notice that feeling through the hips. And when you're ready, we're going to roll onto all fours. And just like we did on our other side, we're going to switch sides into our swan shape. So again, everyone will look a little bit different. Just bring your knee towards your wrist. Other leg is going to stretch away. Not as active as a pigeon shape in yoga. We want our muscles relaxed. So sink into it. Head heavy, shoulders heavy. You might like to use the support of the bolster. You might like to be on the ground. This is a strong feeling, so just notice that maybe mind wanting to come out of it. See if you can just bring your attention back to the hip, deep sighs. Take 3 more breaths here. Slowly lift up your head. Drop onto that sit bone and just swing the leg forward again, just like we did on the other side. We're going to bring it all the way across and over. Maybe a little more space in the hips now. So both feet either side of the body, little foot rub again. And when you feel ready, just head heavy. This is feeling intense. See if you can just really direct your breath right to the hip bones, the point where your greater trochanter, the place on your pelvic girdle that holds the femur bone. Send the breath right there. You can always find space. You can always direct your attention. Might even like to invite back that inner smile. Take one more breath. Big sigh. When you're ready, hands come behind again. That same windscreen wiper movement. And when you're ready, let's come down onto our back. You might like to draw the knees in. Just a little wobble side to side, head on the ground, tailbone on the ground. Give you some options for the next shape. You might like to just reach in between and find shins or ankles and draw the feet up. Keep that tailbone heavy, legs heavy. Or you might even like to roll the whole legs over the head and just extend them along. Make sure your neck stays in place. Don't want to be looking side to side. Whenever you're ready, we're going to extend one leg, draw the other leg into the body. Let that leg be really heavy, relax the arms. And just slowly guiding the knee across. Let your other arm be a heavy anchor, shoulder on the ground. Big sigh. Rolling back onto the spine. Let's extend that leg out. We'll switch sides. Draw the knee into the chest again. Drop the shoulders down. See if you can feel the whole length of your spine on the ground. When you're ready, we'll slowly draw that knee across, extending the opposite arm heavy. Let's roll back onto our spine. Final resting shape. Just give yourself as much time as you need. You might like to extend the arms down by the side, roll the thumbs all the way out towards the floor. Just let your back widen and shoulder blades extend a little wider. One more time, we might like to invite that radiant smile onto the body. Roll onto our side body. Might like to curl the knees up towards the chest. Give yourself a breath or two here. And slowly coming up. We always do, let's bring our hands together at heart center. Just a moment to acknowledge our choice to be here, practicing on this day. Every day is unique. And then let's send the gratitude for shared practice to each other with a bow.